Hey guys, glad you're here today. We're going to talk about consistency today. As you endeavor to draw closer to God, there is a need for consistency. While there's freedom as to how you spend time with Him, there still needs to be a certainty that you will spend time with Him every day. And what I mean is that you need to choose a time of the day that works best for you and decide on a length of time that you will dedicate to prayer and to Bible study and stick to it regardless of what's going on. Make your schedule work around your prayer time and not your prayer time to work around what else you have to do. As at the time that you choose, you need to shut everything off. Shut all the outside things off. Turn off your cell phone, turn off the TV, lock your doors, whatever you have to do to be alone in the presence of God. Use some of the techniques that we talked about in some of the other blogs as to how to just spend time with Him. You know, I understand that for most people, sacrificing your time is extremely difficult. And you may not have 4 hours that you can just dedicate to prayer and study. But whatever time that you can set aside, do it. And like we've said before, devoting time to God is just like everything else. You have to choose to do it, and you have to make time for it.
And, when you set aside a time and you figure out, like, kind of what you think will fit into your schedule, what you have to do is you have to be completely uncompromising in that time. It just helps to stick to a time and kind of treat it like it's an appointment that you have to keep. Like if you had an appointment with somebody, you wouldn't keep them waiting. Well, if you set aside time to pray each day, then make that like it's an appointment with God that you're not going to miss unless something major comes up. And it just can help to really keep a steady schedule. And because if you don't schedule time, then you'll probably end up doing far less of it than you intended to. And so, some people like to do it first thing in the morning. Some people, it's not going to work for you to do that first thing in the morning, so you would rather just do it, maybe you prefer before you go to bed, or maybe there's just a few times throughout the day where you're going to take a little time, 15 minutes throughout the day here and there. However you do it, just be consistent and set a schedule and stick to it, and don't treat it as some casual thing. Treat it like you would an appointment that you have with somebody. Spending time with God is that important.
Today we just want to take a moment to ask you to consider what can you do to make sure that you're consistent in your time with God, and what are some of the steps that you can take to ensure that you're consistent through devotion and Bible study and prayer times. You may need to get out a pen and a paper and write down what you commit to do, or maybe it would help if you text a friend or call a friend and say, hey, I'm starting this, and maybe you can start it with me, and I want you to help keep me accountable to doing this, because I'm setting aside a time that I want to spend with God, and I want to make sure that I stay committed to doing it. For some of you, maybe a daily Bible study, or for those of you who use smartphones, you can look up some kind of a plan, and it's a daily thing that you can commit to doing, and maybe set yourself some reminder that you can continue to look at the Word and to be in prayer, and that plan will encourage you to have a daily time in the Word. However it works best for you, just do it. Just take the time to set aside time daily to do it. We just wanted to encourage you with that today. As always, there are scriptures that we want you to look at and meditate on for the day, and just set aside some prayer time, extra prayer time today, to ask God to help you to start this commitment and follow it through. And we love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.